That was pretty bloody incredible. You okay? I think so.
Sometimes fate does hand you the right cards. Sometimes things do go well for the downtrodden. And sometimes a band of misfits can pull off the perfect ice, conquer an entire king's army and truly gain the love and respect of the people. Although this last one is pretty bloody rare.
When I hear a bunch of misfits, I always think of these guys here. They're united by one goal, they're brave, they're weird, they're human, robot, mole and a smelly old man. They're Lionhearts. This is one of the wackiest games I ever played. I can't express how crazy and absurd in a good way are the story and characters. I write this review with a huge grin on my face. In almost every cutscene I laugh my ass off. You are the Lionhearts, a bunch of misfits who are trying to save their kingdom from the evil King Forge. He wants to unlock the power of the Book of Rules, so it's up to our heroes to steal the book from him and use it to undo all the bad things. Let me introduce you to the Lionhearts. Q, big robot that likes to drink tea and he always have a cup in his hands. Jonesy, a mole often mistaken for a rat and everybody likes to make fun of him. Rexus, short and smelly old man that put a spell to lock the book's power. He has some sort of Jedi powers and he is blind as a bat. Finally, the character you control, Roman. He always wears a red scarf around his mouth like he is in the Wild West. Truth to be told, the game kinda feel that way. The story is completely bonkers and I love it. It will take you to very different places and you will meet a whole bunch of insane characters, more crazy than our heroes. King Forge is also insane. He sends his son Stick to lead his army against the Lionhearts and he is, to say it politely, not a very bright person. I don't want to spoil anymore. One last thing, in every cutscene you will see amazing stuff. The gameplay is straightforward. It's a third-person shooter and you play only as Roman, but Jonesy and Q are always behind you. They help, but you will do most of the shooting. You can give them 3 commands: guard an area, return to you and defend you. They have their health bars, but if some of them die, it's not instant game over. You will see them in the next level if the story dictates that. I tried always to make them run over health packs, but it's not that easy. Weapons are great. You have some standard like submachine gun, sniper rifle and bolt action rifle, but the others are amazing. Gurner personal motor, who looks like a tuba and fires grenades. Rocket launcher that can fire up to 4 homing rockets. And my favorite and the most unique ever created in any media, Land Shark Gun. You fire at some target and the shark starts swimming and then it starts eating your enemies. It will follow you around for a short period of time. The ammo for all weapons can be acquired in 2 ways. The first is by killing enemies, they drop different types, they also drop health packs, and the second is by going into the Grunt and Pole Art. It's a pub. There also you can change your weapon, fill up your ammo and health. What better way to get them and drink beer? The secondary weapons are also insane. Sticky bomb that makes enemy run in panic when it's on them. It's funny to see them running around and screaming. There are more. Guy Fawkes Traitor Bomb turns enemy against each other. Knockout Bomb, a giant boxing glove that punches enemies from a distance. And finally, the best from the secondary, Topsy-Turvy Bomb. It turns the world upside down and enemies fall to their death. If the weapons were all standard, the gameplay will be kinda boring. The level design is okay. There are vast open spaces, but earlier levels feel kinda empty. Yes, you will shoot constantly, but there isn't interesting sights to see. But later levels are much more better. Most of the buildings can be destroyed, and for such an old game, it's an interesting thing. You will see snowy village, you will shoot bad guys near the beach or in the trenches, and so on. The levels have this weird mix between Middle Ages and steampunk. Really interesting design. There are also hidden tokens spread around the levels, and when you find them you will unlock things like big head, big hands, another difficulty and so on. After every few levels there is a turret section. They are 2 to 3 minutes long and don't overstay their welcome. They are fun and challenging enough. And speaking of difficulty, this game is not easy. The enemies are not stormtroopers. They are accurate and they will shoot on sight. I died quite a few times, so you have to use all your tools to survive. One of the best things here is the voice acting. It's simply amazing. When you combine it with the great writing, you have fantastic recipe for laughing a lot. All actors have British accent. Some sound more Scottish, others more English. They all do an amazing job. Even the side characters are greatly voiced. My favorite character is Rexus. He is more goofy and with him are the best scenes.
It's them! You! Show me your papers! What? Papers!
Now you listen to me.
That's it! Prepare them for a full cavity search!
Our teeth are fine. Now stand aside.
Show me your papers, now!
You don't need to see our papers.
We don't need to see your papers.
Good. You're, quick! What should I say to them? I'm running out of power!
Vic, what should he say to us? He's running out of power.
Tell them they're both teapots.
No Scottish miners, Snoke. Just tell them we're not the ones they're looking for.
Wait! I can handle this. You're both... French!
We surrender!
Ah! Come on! The Lady of the Pond waits.
The soundtrack is also good. Typical orchestral tracks, but some have this military vibe and they make you feel like you're in a war. Others are more ambient, but nothing is more satisfying to kill enemies accompanied by Scottish bagpipes. They will lift your spirit up and you will fight more aggressively. The things I don't like here are not many. The graphics are not a problem for me. The game came out in 2003, so you can't expect to look great. The biggest problem is the lack of enemy variety. You will see all the time the grunt with the bolt action rifle, sniper rifle, or the guy with submachine gun or a grenade launcher. There are a few flying like Zeppelin, and the really big enemies, they are tough and fun to fight. But they are few and far between. The other problem that people may have is with the gameplay. It's repetitive, but I like it. The crazy guns and funny cutscenes is what kept the game become stale. Art and Dangerous is made by Planet Moon Studios, which also made another underrated cult classic, Jan's Citizen Kabuto, a game ahead of its time. It's like they are fate to make underrated games. If you didn't guess by now, I loved A&D. Everything is over the top, the characters, the guns, the enemies. It's funny as hell, you have crazy weapons, hilarious cutscenes, it runs great on modern PC, and on top of that, you have a freaking jetpack! Instantly 10 out of 10. Bad joke aside, this is a refreshing idea to spice up the gameplay. It adds verticality. Even enemies have it and it's fun to fly around and try to shoot each other. Or just grab the homing rocket launcher. You have it in almost half of the game and it's amazing. It's not an expensive title, so go now and buy it. I had a hell of a good time with Armed and Dangerous.
Oh, I'm freezing.
Since my mum had a party for... Well, never mind.
Could use a drink to warm me up.